We're having fun, you know. If not for the uniforms, para lang kaming magkakabarkada dito. We are celebrating Kababayan contributions to American society with representatives, Kababayan representatives from the U.S. Army, from the Navy, and from the Air Force. Earlier, we talked about how they got into it, what parents' reactions, and some of the most difficult things that you've had to do. Because we're also talking about the challenges. What were the challenges that you've had to encounter? May mga times ba that as a nurse, as a military nurse, they come to you and it's just disheartening? Have you ever been discouraged?
No, I'm a half full kind of girl.
Glass half full.
Yeah, exactly. So when they come with something problema or whatever, mga sailors, I see the better, I see the positive side, and I'm more of encouraging, I put a smile into it or something like that. So it wasn't, I don't see it as a challenge.
Anong pinakagrabe? What's the worst case that you've ever had to deal with? Most shocking, perhaps, or?
That's interesting. Sometimes they all kind of blend in. There's not really one grabe.
Or like, maybe because for you, it's normal day to day. But if you told us, we will probably be like, what? Then we'll be shocked,
maybe, right?
Perhaps. You've been there for 9 years. 9 years. What? Were there ever times when you thought of quitting? Tama na. Kasi diba you enlist and then there's a certain period, right? How many years?
Yes. What was the question?
For the Navy, how many years?
Kasi officers kami. So when you're an officer, you don't re-enlist. You're already commissioned the whole time. You only have to resign your commission kung kaya mo na.
So you can leave whenever?
After some point, yes.
Okay.
Pero pag enlisted, after some time, yung contract mo is over, then you can re-enlist.
That's the same with that's what happens in the Army, right? And so how many years for the first enlistment?
My first initial enlistment was for 4 years. And then I extended until I got to 10 years.
Why? You liked it?
Yeah, I do.
What do you like about it?
I like the discipline and it's structured life. So if you like structure in your life, then the military is for you.
Right, right. What kind of structure are we talking about?
Everything, you know, like there's a structure on how to put on your shoes, for example, how to put on your uniform, how to put your hair, how much makeup you can put on.
Really?
Of course. And how much nail polish, I mean, what kind of colors and all that stuff. There's a structure. And I myself is a very structured person like she is. So I like, they call my mom, my husband calls me the tiger mom because my 3-year-old's like,
Structure.
Yeah, I'm very structured. I like to discipline. I like, you know, there's a rule and there's a reason for everything, and you need to follow those rules.
And you know what? We were talking about raising kids not too long ago, and we had a licensed family therapist here on the show. And the one thing that kids need, especially 3-year-old, discipline and consistency. And I guess that's also one thing you get from the military, right? Consistency. Yeah. Ganon din ba sa inyo sa Air Force?
Sa Air Force, definitely pareho din. So, kasi yun ang background, di ba? We have the U.S. Armed Forces.
Right.
Kailangan your uniform's all good, your morale. I mean, like the way you speak to other people, you don't say, yes, Melanie, or yes. You say, sir, ma'am. Sa Air Force, mas namin ang culture na we say yes or yes, no. I mean, sir, ma'am, hindi basta-basta first name or rank.
Right.
Even if they're officer or enlisted.
So it's more formal.
Yeah.
How has it affected you in your life? You mentioned kanina, your son. So, or your daughter,
My daughter.
3-year-old. So, is it you're like that because of the Navy, or you're in the Navy because you're like that?
I think I'm in the Navy because I'm like that.
Okay.
Because, well, with a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think being in the Navy has helped me to do focus a little bit more on what is important, what needs to be, because they can't discipline everything and you can't regulate everything.
Right.
So I think with the Navy, it has helped me to focus on kung ano ang importante mo kailangan doon, yun ang kailangan mong gawin. So it kind of helped me with that. So a little bit of both.
Would you say that for people that are watching, they probably want to enlist perhaps, or if I want to enlist, you know, is there such a thing as what makes a good person in the military? Meron bang trait na kailangan na pagpasok mo? I know that you get developed. Discipline gets developed, values get developed, everything gets developed inside. But then before ka pumasok, may requirement ba?
Ang requirement lang to me, I mean, I'm a recruiter. I'm a nurse, pero I'm a recruiter for professionals, like mga doctors, dentists, nurses, ganun.
Okay.
The only thing that we ask is a commitment. I mean, everything else will come and we'll teach you how to do things, and we'll how to put uniform on and stuff like that. But we just want your commitment. If you're committed, we are hand in hand with you.
So no matter what happens, you're committed, you're there. You see that in the Air Force as well, na parang,
Definitely. So, kailangan meron ka ring dedication sa dapat mong gawin.
Because it's not an easy job, I hear.
It's not.
Yeah.
It has its difficulties.
Yeah, it has difficulties.
We'll talk about that when we return on the show. We'll talk about difficulties. We'll talk about challenges in your line of work. And then let's talk about benefits as well, right? And that's when we return on the show. Don't go away.